'Tis the season, ladies and gentlemen. Panel B, Season 2. We're here. We are back. And we only got a two-man crew now. Two-man crew.
We're down a man. For good.
We are down a man. So this is what happened. The end of Season 1 finale, we had a cage match that was not broadcasted. Janko did not make it.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the
kill
scenes.
off a cast member.
It was unbelievable. Game of Thrones-esque. It was a huge, shocking ending. But here we are. The two-man crew now. Yep. Steve Buchanan, Julian Edlow. You're the guys for Panel B moving forward.
Well, rumor has it we're going to incorporate some random guests from time to time.
Yeah.
Bring a little bit of fun to the show.
Well, I think it's fun
sometimes,
enough.
Or a little bit of blandness, depending on who the guest is.
What I'm actually hoping
Adam Kaufman.
What I'm actually hoping for is we're going to bring somebody into the mix and just berate them for the entire show. Because what are they going to do? Walk off? Whatever. It's our show. We don't want you back anyways.
Well, if you want to bring someone on the show to berate them and then just kick them out the door, Brendan Glasheen's your guy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the guy, he has no comebacks, probably no self-confidence, so he's a perfect guy to bring on there.
Yeah, I agree.
I know. It sounds like a great idea, but we're thrilled to be back here at Panel B. We've missed it. It got me out of the routine. Every Wednesday I'd wake up, I had nothing to do. What am I going to pay attention to my kids?
All day.
Right, exactly. So lots of news to get to, so let's stop with the jibber jabber. Obviously, the biggest news coming last night with Gerrit Cole signing that absolutely massive contract with the Yankees, 9 years, $324 million. It surpassed the Steven Strasburg contract, which was at the time the biggest, contract for a pitcher. Yep. How you doing? That's gone. You don't have that title anymore. Hang a banner like the Colts. You did have it for a little while, but now that's gone. But just seriously, an absolutely massive deal. But it had to be done because other teams are going after him. The Angels were in the mix. The Dodgers were in the mix. Mm-hmm. The Yankees got their guy. They have the anchor for their rotation for years and years to come. Timeline, it's a lot of years, a lot of money, but you're literally getting.
How old is he?
He's 29.
Wow.
So you're literally getting the best pitcher in baseball. I was hoping
he was like 27 or something. Well, if I'm the Yankees, I was hoping
it feels like he's been in the league for like 10 years.
He has been around for a while, but he was a high pick by the Pirates. He was a top 5 pick by the Pirates that came up pretty quickly through the minors because he was so good and improved so much going into the AL, which was pretty impressive and is what got him all this money. You just kind of felt like you knew it was going to be the Yankees after they couldn't quite get over the hump last year, and it felt like they had the cash, and they always have the cash, but you just felt like this was going to happen. But then you see the 9 years and the 320 whatever, and it's just like, wow, that is a contract. So here's my favorite number that I saw from Sports Source Analytics on Twitter.
Yep.
Assuming Gerrit Cole stays healthy and makes every start during his contract.
Oh, boy.
So obviously this is already impossible. But Gerrit Cole stays healthy for his 9-year contract and makes every start and throws 120 pitches per start.
Wow.
Also pretty much just impossible. He will make $9,000 per pitch.
Stop it.
Every start for 9 years, 120 pitches, $9,000 a pitch. I would have done it for less, personally.
And we're sitting here doing Panel B, and they give us like $5 a show.
Well, I make $9,000 a show. I think they give you $5 a show.
That's fair. But look, and this is the thing that's scary for the rest of the American League. This is a Yankees team who's pretty much coming back. They haven't really lost anybody of note. They won 103 games with all those injuries.
Yeah.
Stanton was out for most of the year. Judge had injuries. Sanchez had injuries. Who didn't have an injury for the Yankees last year? Now they're adding a guy who literally just struck out 40% of the batters he faced last year. And it's not like he was in the National League. He's doing this in the American League West.
I saw on SportsCenter last night, Van Pelt did his years in Pittsburgh and his years in Houston. I think he struck out like 27% of his batters in 5 years in Pittsburgh, and then goes to Houston pitching against tougher competition and strikes out whatever it was. I think it was 38 or 39%
39%.
of the 39% of the batters he faced. So you can't really argue with how good he should be in this spot. And the Yankees win total got boosted up to, do you want to guess what it is now? Win projection?
110?
No, okay, that's way too high. No, generally nobody's. They definitely could win 110 games. It's 100.5.
Okay.
Coming off of 103 wins, but you don't really see even a team at 100. I think like high 90s, like the Red Sox came off the 2018 World Series. I think last year they were set at 97.5 or something.
What?
And obviously, that didn't work out. But just in general, I think the favorite is between 95 and 99, that type of range.
And it just puts like an absolute stranglehold on the AL East. I mean, really, when you look at the landscape of this division, who do you have to get past? Tampa, maybe. They're probably the most competitive
Tampa's always
team in here.
competitive and small balling it, but like when it's just going to come to the point that you're not going to beat the Yankees because of what they're able to put into it. And then you have the poor little Red Sox, the new small market team, slashing salaries, dumping Price, Porcello, Betts, getting it all out of here. Like the Pirates had to do with Gerrit Cole. That worked for them.
Whoops.
So it does feel like the AL East is really heavy on the Yankee side right now, which generally we get it a little bit more competitive.
And, just in terms of strikeouts, too, the Blue Jays were a team that struck out a lot. The Baltimore Orioles were definitely a team that struck out a lot. So, you can't count on somebody to have 300-plus strikeouts.
When Gerrit Cole gets those Orioles matchups next year, he's going to be like 13K.
How many times are you going to face him? 4 or 5 times?
Right.
Can you imagine what his DraftKings fantasy salary is going to be?
13K.
20,000. That's not even a captain's price. That's a regular flex price.
So the win total 100.5. World Series wise, it moved the Yankees to the favorite at plus 425. And just for some perspective, the next two favorites are at plus 600, and that's his former team, the Astros and the Dodgers.
Yep. And
to give you a little bit more perspective, those three are just a cut above from everybody because the Braves and Nationals are next at plus 1,200.
Wow.
So steep fall off from the Yankees to the Astros and Dodgers, and then a massive cliff until you get to the Braves and Nationals.
So for somebody that likes to do bets like this, like yourself, you do like to take a lot of these long shots. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's too early to make a bet like this when a signing like this happens? Because there's still a lot of big names out on the free agent market, but here you are getting the Yankees at 425. I mean, for looking at this team for what it is, you're still getting some really damn good odds here. You know what I mean? Because once we get into the season,
let's say they come out and look the way they're supposed to look, and Cole pitches the way he's supposed to look. At the All-Star break, they're going to be 225.
Yeah, definitely.
So now you have a good number, and the reason I like futures, I don't like to. If I'm really confident, I'll let it ride. But you hedge them when you get a good number. So when you have the Yankees going into the postseason, presumably at plus 425, and they're still considered one of the favorites, probably somewhere in that top 3.
Yep.
Then you start looking at the other outcomes that can happen there and start hedging it and find ways to kind of protect yourself. So maybe you just break even or make money if the Yankees do wind up winning it all or something like that. And then you have a free bet on the Yankees closer to the plus 200 range where maybe they are around postseason time. So I kind of like it. The Yankees are also sitting at plus 200 to win the AL.
Oh, wow.
If you want to cut it down in half and not worry about the World Series. But at the same time, it feels like I know the Nationals are coming off a World Series victory, but it feels like the AL is still the stronger, more competitive side of things to get there. So maybe you do want that 425 on the World Series.
I mean, obviously some of the free agents that are still out there, like Rendon, Madison Bumgarner is still out there. There's still some names that can land somewhere, shift the landscape of how some of these teams look. But as it looks right now, like the Yankees at plus 200 to do the American League, I would throw money on that. I mean, that's something that feels very enticing. And you're getting it early.
Houston, I mean, according to the odds, Houston is pretty much the only competition. And they're a little bit, as good as they are, they're a little bit too close, I think, at plus 225.
I would agree.
Because after that, the next teams are the Red Sox at plus 900 just because of who they are almost. The Indians at plus 900. Then you have the Rays, 1,000. The Twins, plus 1,100. If you're going to take anybody that's not the Yankees, I would almost go with the Twins to improve upon their season. I know they're a team that both of us made a little bit of money on last year, and didn't necessarily think they were going to be a World Series contender. But the win total, the making the postseason, they were a good team. I don't think they're going to win the World Series or win the AL. That's just to win the league plus 1,100. I don't think that's necessarily going to hit, but maybe it brings up hedging opportunities. But yeah, right now I would be comfortable betting on the Yankees plus 425 to win the World Series and knowing that there will be a time where I can hedge some money out here and make it worthwhile.
I'm going to look at my one shot. I'm going to gaze into my one shot. Minnesota Twins, please, get some pitching. Please. That's all I want for Christmas. Just get some pitching. I might like you at plus 1,100. You have so many bats. You have so many things you can do well. You just can't pitch. Get some pitching. Okay.
They
Now that I
won't.
got that out of my
but
system. They won't.
Good job.
Just a quick reminder, odds and lines are subject to change. See website for actual odds. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's move on to some football, some foosball. Winding down the season. This season absolutely just blew by. Already on to week.
It really did.
It's absolutely amazing. Thursday night game. I don't know how competitive we have a game here with the Jets going at the Ravens. The Ravens are currently minus 14.5 favorites on the DraftKings Sportsbook with an over-under of 45. If you're looking to take the Ravens on the money line, minus 770. Have fun with that one.
Heavy favorite money line parlay. Sneak peek at a piece.
We'll get there. If you're feeling some way about the Jets, I don't know why you are, but that's plus 575. So if you can somehow get a upset, got some good odds there. But quick feelings off the bat, just for me real quick before you get into it. If the injury status of Lamar Jackson wasn't lingering, I think the spread is easily 17-18. I think this is kind of taking the...
I don't know about that. I think this number is counting on Lamar Jackson playing.
Yeah, which he said he is on Monday.
Yeah. What it isn't factoring in is this a game where he gets to rest maybe the fourth quarter? Sure. Is it a game where they don't run him as much because of the quad injury and because he's getting 10 days off until the next game after? So, like, we did the show on Sunday and we talked about Lamar Jackson rushing prop, and it's either a bet that you hit the over or you don't bet. You don't bet the under on him. This is a game where I don't think I would bet the over. This is the only game where I would consider betting the under because it's a short week. He's hurt. It should be a blowout. They shouldn't have to run him out there late. So, do we even have a number on that yet? Let me look.
For which?
Lamar Jackson rushing.
No, it's still too early in the week.
Yeah, too early, so we don't have that. This is potentially a spot to look at that. And I'll have a Thursday Night Football Best Bets article on the DK Playbook. So
very good.
We'll see what it is, and we'll see if that's actually a play. But this is such a bad game to bet on when you just look at the numbers of 14.5 and 45 on the total. Yeah. It's a late season, short week game. The Ravens are looking really strong. They're just going to play to win. They don't need to cover 14.5. They just need to play to win. The Jets are already toast. Are they going to play to cover 14.5? It's such a big number. I would not play this 14.5 number for either side at all.
So this is kind of where I'm at now, and this is kind of more towards the total than the spread, because I think the spread you just can't touch at all. I absolutely hate. We talked about this when it was the Patriots and the Dolphins, and it was that ridiculous spread, whatever it was. I can't even think of what it was.
And the Patriots covered with ease.
They did, but I don't want to be sweating out somebody winning by 3 scores.
Right.
Because
the 14.5 is key. That hook there.
The problem that I have with the over/under is, does 45 look attractive? Not really, but the Ravens just score so many points. And we're talking about literally one of the worst secondaries in the league. Now, does that mean that Lamar Jackson's going to have to throw the ball against his team? No, not necessarily. But I hate taking over-unders or taking the unders on teams that, like the Ravens, are averaging over 30 points a game. Because the Jets don't have to do much to hit the over in this one, and especially with garbage time there, if we have some of the bench players coming in and taking over, that could be an opportunity for Sam Darnold to start getting some guys downfield, making some points happen. That's what I worry about with teams who are scoring as well as the Ravens are in these, I guess you could say, lower totals than you were used to seeing.
So, do you like the over of 45 more than the Ravens team total over of 29.5?
I feel more comfortable with the Ravens team total.
Okay, so you think the Ravens are going to get to 30 in this game?
I think they definitely can, yes.
Again, I'm just worried about them taking their foot off the gas. Sure. Is the only thing. Because the Ravens have a good defense and they're at home.
Yep.
It could be a bad spot for Darnold. If they only get 7 or 10 on the board, does Baltimore need to go past 24? I don't know. I just think this is a bad game to bet from just a spread total standpoint.
There's too many question marks.
We'll look into the props.
There's too many question marks. Yeah. Which brings us to our next one. The DFS side. Play who we're going to play here. Lamar Jackson, again, an absolutely ridiculous captain's price. $20,700, which is that how much Gerrit Cole makes a pitch? Something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. That's 2 pitches for Gerrit Cole.
A 2-0 count. There he is. He's cashing the check. Lamar Jackson, by far the most expensive captain, $20,700. Next in line is Mark Ingram, $15,600. Sam Darnold, $14,700, so on and so forth. The problem with this slate is, again, there's so many factors to consider here. What if the Ravens blow out this game and then Lamar Jackson's out of this game? Would you feel comfortable making him a captain at $20,700?
No, because there's no space left. I can already answer
right.
that.
But the upside with him is, where does it end? That's the problem here. So if you throw him in a captain, you have $5,860 left to fill out the rest of your roster. So already you're scrolling down at some of the more cheaper options. It's tough. Like we're looking at kickers, we're looking at third string.
I'll say
tight
this:
ends.
Justin Tucker for $4,000.
Yeah,
is a play for me.
Yep,
he's a great kicker. He's at home. I could see if they try and not let Lamar Jackson run as much, maybe some drives stall more on a 3rd and 7. They kick an extra field goal or something. I think Justin Tucker is a good play.
And at least for me, when I'm building these showdown lineups, it's usually a good idea to take the kicker on the team that you think is going to win the game.
Yeah,
that's usually a strategy you want to implement.
I think Baltimore's going to win.
So yes,
Baltimore defense is in play at $5,800. I think
that's expensive. It's
an expensive defense, but I would even consider captaining Tucker or Baltimore D.
I actually was going to bring that up about captaining Tucker. I don't hate that at all because yes, he's a kicker and he's not something that you like doing, but he's consistent. Mm-hmm. Consistently hitting his field goals. He rarely misses. I know it's not attractive to put in the captain spot, but now we're talking about $8,800 to fill out the rest of your lineup. That's when you can start jamming some of these guys in here.
And what are we looking at? Is Le'Veon Bell going to play in this game?
So as of right now, not on the injury report. He was full participant on for Wednesday. So looks like
he's good to go. He can play.
Right. So what was that anyways? I kind of got clips.
I don't know. I honestly didn't follow that much of that story, but I was thinking at the same time, because the team rules players out.
Right.
I don't think he came in and was like, hey, I'm sick, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
So, maybe the team ruled him out and he's like, well, I'm just sick, I can play. And then it's just all right, well, they ruled me out, but I feel fine. I'm going to go out bowling on Saturday night.
Well, how inconsiderate. You got to put your grimy hands in the holes, right? First of all, you're probably at the bowling alley.
Yeah, plenty of other people got sick as a result.
They're spreading the germs.
Too bad.
So unless he's wearing gloves or using hand sanitizer every time he touches the ball, inconsiderate. Wasn't he the guy who got beat up in the hotel room? All of his jewelry got stolen.
Yeah, that was at his home, right? Not even a hotel.
Oh, I think it was a hotel room.
Oh, it was.
It was the women.
No, I know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was his. I thought it was his.
If you want information on that, go on
whatever.
Google. We're not going to go too in depth in that. That's late night after hours. Panel B.
We don't like doing panel B after dark.
Yeah, last time we did, we had a cage match and Alex didn't make it out. But yeah, Justin Tucker, I don't think is a bad captain's option. The other thing is that for captain, somebody on the Jets, a receiver, because you're expecting them, if they're going to be behind as much as they're expected to, someone like Jamison Crowder, Robbie Anderson, not great matchups.
Anderson's expensive, and I would think he'd be the guy to go up against Marcus Peters, too, to try and stop that deep ball. So maybe it's more dink and dunk to Jamison Crowder.
Yep. Who has been a total hit or miss as of late, but he has that rapport with Darnold. The targets have been there. The receptions have not. 7, 9, and 4 targets the last 3 weeks. 3, 2, and 2 for receptions. So
not great.
Maybe he should cough into his hands and get some little sticky stuff on there. Start catching the ball for Crowder. Anything else on DFS?
If you couldn't tell already, I don't love this game.
No.
Other than, of course, a piece of the heavy favorite moneyline parlay.
Yes, we will get to that. We know.
Not much there.
You're chomping at the bit. Because what was the last time you actually made picks? Your own picks. We kept making your picks.
A couple weeks
and
ago,
they were hitting.
You guys went. No, I think you went 1-1 on my picks, right?
I mean, it's better than what you were doing, to be fair.
No, I was about 500.
What are you talking about? You were on a cold streak. As usual.
That doesn't mean that the heavy favorite moneyline parlays weren't hitting.
Do you want to make our picks?
Sure.
All right, let's do the picks. I'm going to let you start because it's been a while. How's baby life? You're a new dad now. New look on life. You're still alive.
I do have a new look on life. I'm a little bit more patient.
That's going to wear thin quick.
It will.
You're patient by design. You're not patient because it's going to stay. It doesn't maintain. I'm actually less patient.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Well, you're very impatient.
Here we are.
I like a lot this week.
Okay.
So I had to narrow this down.
Wow.
But the number one spot to hit, I took this earlier in the week when they were underdogs. Right now, it's pretty much a pick 'em.
Okay.
How did the Dallas Cowboys open the week favored? Again. Again.
I know.
They have... The Cowboys have been favored in all but one game this season. They were underdogs at the Patriots. They've been favored in every other game this year. They're 1-4 straight up in their last 5. They've been favored in all of those.
Wow.
Let's just favor the Cowboys every week because they're talented, and they keep getting their asses kicked by
bad teams,
less superior teams. Now the Rams come into Dallas this week. They've found something over the last couple weeks. They destroyed the Cardinals. Yes, they're the Cardinals, but they completely shut them out and were scoring at will against them in Arizona. Then they win a really, strong-looking home Sunday Night Football game against a Seattle team that they fought hard against on the road and lost by 1 earlier in the year. The Rams are good, and the Rams are 9-4 against the spread this season.
Ooh.
They're a good against the spread team. They're even better against the spread on the road. That was kind of different last year. I think the narrative was that Goff kind of stunk it up on the road, ran it up at home.
Yeah.
This year, the Rams are a good road team. Rams -109 against the Dallas Cowboys. The Rams are winning that game. The Cowboys stink. The Rams are good. Don't overthink it. That's that.
That's the analysis you came here for, folks. The Cowboys stink. The Rams are good.
Sometimes it's that simple. So we're going with the Rams -109 on the money line in Dallas. That's my favorite play of the week.
Whoa. That's your favorite play.
Yes.
Not the heavy favorite money line parlay.
The heavy favorite money line parlay is really, really close to it. But I think I like the Rams the most. I think they're going to win that game.
Fine.
These 3 teams also going to win their games. No doubt about it.
New
England Patriots -400 in Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. 2 losses in a row. They need to win this game. Are they cheating, putting cameras on the sidelines of the Cincinnati Bengals? Weird story, weird timing.
Weird flex.
But that's not going to make a difference in this game, whatever this story is that's come out this week. So Patriots -400, they're 9-point favorites in that game. They're going to win in Cincinnati because they have to win in Cincinnati.
Okay.
But it obviously... Oh, sorry. It starts on Thursday night. So the first thing you're clicking is Baltimore Ravens -770.
Oh, my God.
Huge number.
Yeah, we know.
But are they going to lose to the Jets? Absolutely not. Like, it's not even plausible the way that the Ravens are playing right now that they're going to lose to the Jets.
Fine.
Third piece.
Here it comes.
Takes us all the way to Monday Night Football.
Oh, God.
Love the long sweat, Bucks.
That's so ridiculous.
Love the long sweat.
This is why I don't play golf. DFS.
I've been getting into golf recently.
Oh, no.
Past couple of years.
No.
Sweated out over the weekend.
Okay. Great. I'm glad you're getting into other sports. I just can't handle these multi-day sweats because here's what's going to happen.
I can.
Day 1, I'll be winning like 3,000. Sunday rolls around. I'm like, how am I only winning a quarter? What just happened? I don't like these multi-day sweats.
Maybe you should make better lineups, make better picks.
Good idea.
So, the Saints are -385 on Monday Night Football hosting the Colts. The Colts have kind of fallen apart a little bit lately. I don't see them winning that game at all. So you put these 3 together, -129. Pretty good number. Now, other considerations. The 49ers are going to beat the Falcons at home. If you wanted to add them, you could get +115 if you're somebody that wants plus money.
Finally!
I feel good with the -129. So my play is the 3 teams. I'm just giving you some options as the listener. -480 49ers. Another team that's going to win this week that comes at a shorter number. Seattle's going to win in Carolina. They're -245. So if you throw them in, you're getting +150 here. So these are some options if you want plus money. But the play is Ravens, Patriots, Saints at -129. I'm giving the listener options.
I mean, just give them a play.
I gave them my play.
Don't steer them in all these different directions.
Play all 3 of them. I'm going to play all 3 of them, and I'm probably going to win them all.
Like, here's a scenario I'm envisioning. Life has gone downhill for you. You're a gas station attendant, okay?
Yikes. Things have really gone downhill.
This nice young lady walks in. It's like the middle of the night. She's lost. She goes, I need to get to X. You go, this would be you. Well, if you take I-95 and go that way, you can go that way. Another way you could go. If you take I-95, go on I-93, you can also get there. Oh, by the way, if you parlay these teams, you get 150. So, you choose what you want to do.
I would tell her to download Google Maps or Waze and just plug in the address.
Hey. Shh. No free ads. We don't do that here.
Maybe we'll get some from them.
Okay, so just go over. So we went in a lot of different directions here. We just want to clear. Your 2 picks are
Rams minus 109 in Dallas.
Don't yell.
Baltimore, New England, New Orleans, moneyline parlay minus 129. But you can also do ones where you add the 49ers, or you can add the Seahawks if you want plus money.
Okay. Everybody get that? Did you write it down with your
It's
crayon?
pretty simple. Everybody's got it.
Okay.
I'm trying to give the listeners money. I don't care if I have to use a few extra words to do it. Or confuse you to do it because they get what I'm talking about.
I'm so lost right now. I got to get a crayon and write this down.
Everybody else understands. Maybe it's because you're writing things with crayons that you're so confused.
All right.
Give us your picks.
Mine are going to be nice and simple. I'm not going to give you 10 different directions to go. I'm going to give you one direction.
Fine.
Browns minus 3. Too low. Way too low. The way the Cardinals have been playing, I don't understand how the spread is this close. Like, I know that it's scary to take the Browns. You don't feel great taking the Browns. My wire keeps falling down. Annoying. I know you don't like taking the Browns, but to get them at minus 3 against a team that is just they haven't looked good at all. Offensively, defensively. You know, I don't know if Kyler Murray is fully healthy or not. He's looking like he isn't. He hasn't been running the ball much at all either. So minus 3 just feels way too small. So I'm going to take the Browns minus 3.
I agree with that side.
The other side, I keep flip-flopping here, but I think I'm going to roll the Titans at minus 3 against the Texans.
I agree with that side, too.
I think the Titans are going to actually wallop the Texans. Ryan Tannehill is like a child reborn. I don't know what happened here.
He's not on the Dolphins. That's what happened.
That's a good, no Adam Gase, nothing.
Also, brutal look for Marcus Mariota. Like, it wasn't the Titans' offense all this time. It was just him. It's like all this time, like, maybe we need a new offensive coordinator. Maybe we need to add some receiving weapons. Maybe we need to hand it to Derrick Henry 25 times. Oh, no, it's just Marcus Mariota sucks. Now we put a different quarterback in, and everything works great.
Yeah, so the Titans at minus 3, again, just feels so small. The Texans just can't stop anything offensively. If another team has the ball, they can't stop it. That's what it feels like right now.
Unless
Their secondary,
it's the Patriots.
Well,
then they can.
That's a whole different story. Through the air, they can't get it done. Their secondary is banged up. I know they got a couple guys back last week. Didn't seem to make a difference. And then once they get up to a lead, Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
averaging 149 rushing yards over the past 4 games. He's been absolutely lighting it up. And now he's facing a Texans run defense that, I don't know. I know there's people on the field. I'm not sure what they're doing. Because when a guy's coming by, they're like, okay, see ya. Have fun. But like Henry, over the last 2 games, like over 8 yards per carry. It's been insane.
He's been a beast.
Absolutely insane. So those are my 2 there. Nice and easy. I would even say, if you're feeling frisky, you could parlay them. Oof.
Whoa.
Oof. You get a little crazy. Season 2. Everything's on the books now. We can do whatever we want. But I do like those ones a lot.
Play it safe and parlay the money lines.
Stop. What are you going to get there? Minus 200? That's great. You get a bang for your buck.
No. You will get plus money on that. Hold on a second.
All right, let's see what you get. Do it. We're doing it here.
Plus folks. 186. Bozo.
That's
minus
great.
200.
That's actually really good.
I know it's great. I know how to do this stuff.
Oh, you should do a podcast and tell people about it.
I am telling people, and you're telling me not to tell them all the different options that you can do. You got to stick to this or you'll confuse them. I'm going to write this down with my crayon.
Yeah. Why not?
There you go. Bonus play,
Oh.
Titans, Browns, moneyline parlay, plus 186.
Is that going to be under me or under you?
It's a Panel B Christmas gift.
So actually, here's a good question for our loyal producer, Slates. Do we have the updated records? Because, season 1 ended. We didn't see what our records were to end the season.
Now my season ended with you and Janko picking for me.
Are we starting fresh or are we just going to continue on? These are things we need to know.
I think we should continue on for the NFL season.
Yeah, you guys.
Then,
whoa. Slates is talking. Shut up.
Julian's 10-9.
Dope.
Buchanan is 10-8-2.
There we go.
And Janko was much better than that, and he's unfortunately the one.
Well, that guy's not even here anymore, so.
Right. He was doing a bad job of picking because it made us look bad. So he said we got to dump the excess weight. He's gone.
I can't wait until football's over and we start doing like NBA picks, college basketball picks.
Yeah.
You're going to be great at those.
I'll give you player props.
Okay.
Player props are fine. I can do player props.
College bowl season right around the corner.
Oh, here we go.
Hoping to have an article on the DK playbook. Still working with Shrug on that. Some gambling tidbits for those college bowl games.
Okay.
Fun time of the year.
We were going to wrap up the show, but do your little spiel about these games that no one cares about.
People care.
Well, let's hear it. That's what they're here for. Go ahead. Do your spiel. NBA.
That's it. I just wanted to say college bowl season's coming up, and we'll have some plays on that.
They
don't start until around the holidays, so we'll have another podcast. Maybe when we sign off, I'll give you my lengthy list of college bowl plays.
Can't wait for that. I'm going to go sit with
still
Slates
have some
in the
on
other room.
Twitter. I have some on Twitter at the moment. Everything I've locked in so far.
And where do they follow you?
They follow me at Julian Edlow.
See, that's how you get your name out
pinned
there.
to the top of my profile page because these are such important games.
All right, before we wrap, I know you want to talk NBA a little bit. I'm going to have a sip of my drink, and you do your spiel.
All right, bye, Bukes. So a couple NBA things. First of all, just a cool thing to touch on from Tuesday's slate. It felt like a slate where we wanted to lock in some Heat players. It felt like they were the best value against the Hawks. In 5 years of covering NBA slates for DraftKings, I've never seen this. 4 players on the Heat top 50 DraftKings points.
Yowie, wowie.
Duncan Robinson for 4,500 goes over 10x for 50.75. I think he knocked down 10 threes in that game.
I think so.
Kendrick Nunn, undrafted rookie, goes off for 52.5. And then you have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo becoming the first pair of Miami Heat players to triple-double in the same game and both go over 60 DraftKings points. Jimmy Butler, 61. Bam Adebayo, 66.75. So I've never seen that before. I thought that was really cool. If you stacked the Heat, especially getting Nunn and Robinson in there and getting 4 50 pieces, that's pretty cool.
That was cool.
In terms of Wednesday, Kawhi Leonard's return to Toronto. Obviously the big headline here. Clippers minus 2.5, minus 150 on the money line, total 222.5. The real thing I think that we want to get to here is Kawhi player props, because I've seen Kawhi Leonard's points set on different books at 28.5. DraftKings gives you that number at 24.5.
Woo.
That's a pretty big discrepancy there. And if you think that if there's a player that's not really motivated by this type of situation, it's Kawhi Leonard. It's just we're here to win the game, and
right
here so the Clippers can win the game. It's Kawhi, but he can get to 25 points in this game, even with Paul George playing. I think it's a good spot for him. You know, one of the worst teams defensively against small forward in the NBA this year?
Tell me.
The Toronto Raptors, because they lost a player like Kawhi Leonard that was guarding opposing small forwards. So. And Danny Green going to the Lakers, great defensive player. He would have been the guy that would have guarded Kawhi. So I kind of like, regardless of whether you like it or not, you're getting great value on over 24.5 points on DraftKings Sportsbook because this number is out there at 28.5 on other books. In terms of picking a side, the Raptors have been really good at home, plus 2.5. They're 8-3 against the spread at home. Clippers have been a bad road team, so it's enticing to take the points with the Raptors there, but I just couldn't resist telling everyone about the value that DraftKings Sportsbook offering on Kawhi Leonard's player prop. Probably a good DFS play too at $8,700. That's what I got.
You done? No.
One more
stop
NBA.
It.
You want to hear something cool about the NBA? The Milwaukee Bucks are blowing teams out. They've covered their last 6 first half spreads.
Okay.
They get it out there early. Sometimes they let the blowout get away from them at the end, and the opposition winds up covering. Milwaukee covered their last 6 first half spreads. The New Orleans Pelicans are 0-9 against the spread in the first half in their last 9 road games. Pelicans at Bucks tonight. Milwaukee minus 7.5 first half.
For more of this riveting information, you can follow at Julian Edlow. He'll probably pin it at the top of his profile.
I'm not going to pin it, but I will tweet it. But Panel B listeners get these plays before they're found on Twitter, which is very valuable information.
No, that is true. That is true. Okay, I think that's going to wrap it up for our Season 2 debut for Julian
Season
Edlow.
2 premiere.
What did I say?
Debut.
Yeah, that works.
Anytime you're watching an episode of something, it's the Season 2 premiere, not be sure to tune in for the Season 2 debut.
Don't you have a diaper to change?
Probably.
For Julian Edlow, I'm Steve Buchanan. Panel B is back, but today, we out.